Hello guys, your boy KAPE has paused out and I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to be reviewing Arsenal's 0-0 draw to Nottingham Forest, the title deciding decider. That's what that was. Title done. To Forest, and just my thoughts on the game, a few other things I want to talk about as well. If you're new, you're returning, you haven't already hit that subscribe button. I'm almost at 1,000 subs. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button down as well, and comment down below your thoughts. Your likes and comments really help the engagement of the channel and help the algorithm to help keep liking the video, keep subscribing, and yeah. So 0-0 against Forest, battle of second and third. First and foremost, I want to say it was a better performance than the West Ham game in terms of just on the ball. I feel like we moved the ball faster, we had a bit more intent, there was a bit more rotation, fluidity. I feel like we showed a bit more control on the ball, and our press was very, very good. We were always squeezing the Forest. They were going long with almost every goal kick or long kick, and we were winning the second balls down, and then playing, apart from a couple of times with Chris Wood doing well to win the ball, or direct free kick where they got a couple of chances from. I felt like we dominated the game outside of our box. When it came to our box, we created nothing. I think we had like 0.97 xg in the game, one shot on target in the whole game, which I think was that Marino header from a corner, or I think it was Marino or Tierney, can't remember. But yeah, it's frustrating. Obviously, I feel like Mikel went with the similar lineup to Saturday, apart from the only change was Jorginho coming in for Partey, which I think added to why we had a bit more control on the ball. I think there's always something that when Jorginho plays compared to Partey, even though they're similar players, that there's a bit more control, a bit more patience, especially through the middle third. Like, we have a bit more passing, and there's always a bit more space. I don't know how it works out. So Jorginho's just, I don't know. I've spoken about this before about Jorginho, but yeah. And yeah, our best attacking player in that game was Calafiori, especially in that first half. A lot of good moments from him, especially that left-hand side. I think it was Trossard, Calafiori, Declan Rice, Marino that was drifting out there. They were creating a nice, quartet, which was good, doing well, fluid, moving the ball, playing, BTL passes between the lines and fizzing it, and then 1-2s and stuff. I was liking it. Calafiori's chance came. I think it was Marino that drifted out there, and him and Marino were kind of switching. Or sometimes Marino would go to inverted fullback position and Calafiori be strike. Well, we can see why. Obviously, he got the ball, dropped the shoulder, his right foot, obviously curled it, obviously beat the keeper, just hit the post. I thought it was in. He had another time where he found Ranieri when Ranieri drifted over to the left because the right hand side wasn't getting as much ball as the left, and then Ranieri kind of dropped the shoulder. Should have taken a shot earlier, but then obviously he took another extra touch and won the corner. But that was what we had in the first half. I think second half, obviously, Calafiori came off because in the beginning of the game he was getting skinned by Callum Hudson-Odoi, got a yellow card, so Mikel done well to avoid us getting a sixth red card of the season. So he brought on Tierney, which obviously gave us more of an overlapping option, which I think he played well. But I'll get into obviously the subs as well. Obviously he also brought on, I think it was Zinchenko came on the midfield for, I think it was Partey, but I think Rice dropped back into the 6. Then eventually towards the end of the game he brought on, I think it was Ben White, and he brought on Sterling, if I'm correct. It's just frustrating. Forest, we kind of they looked a bit scared. Like, I was surprised they didn't attack us more, but then again, we're still one of the best defensive team in the league with our shape, our structure, the players we have, our ability to press and squeeze and win second balls and force teams into going long, and then trusting that we have the players to clean up. It's just the attack, man. It's just devoid of anything. And we've seen the last 3 games, Leicester, West Ham and now Forest, we created basically nothing. Obviously the Leicester game, we obviously had a couple of chances, couple magic moments from Ranieri and Marino being clutched, but then the next 2 games basically near to nothing. And then it now falls back on Arteta, innit? So I'll speak on Arteta because obviously end of the day he's gonna have a lot of criticism. You saw in his press conference and his post-game interview, he looked very frustrated, very, 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 very frustrated from probably many reasons, innit? Because we deserve to win, we deserve much more than what the season gave to us. If everything couldn't go wrong in the season, both things that you choose and things that are out of your control, everything has happened this season for us. Bar, Ryo, Saliba getting injured, I say, and Earl Rice. Besides those 3, it's been peak. Mikel's got to do better to try and enable us to, be more attacking, be more threatening, score more goals, because that's the only way we're going to win games. And with the title being done now, we've got to try and make sure that we secure second place, so that I don't want to secure top 4 place, finish from third or something, or below Forest or City or anything. We need to secure second, finish as high or as close as possible as Liverpool as we can, and obviously do what we can do in Champions League. But if we're using what we're playing now to go to Champions League, we don't know that we're going to score, so there needs to be something different. If that comes from a systems change, which I proposed yesterday in my preview, where I said we should go 3-5-2, put in Nwaneri, Trossard, you know, in the false 9-10 position, and then obviously having Ben White and Tierney right back and left wing back to kind of provide some width. Problem is, having width with wing backs is fine if you are looking to get the ball into the box and stuff, but or counter attack, and I don't think we're going to do that, and I don't think with the options I put up front that we should cross it, so it becomes a problem. Can he use some of the academy players, Butler, Oyedeji, Salah Eddin, Kabia that was on the bench, Butler, Oyedeji and Kabia? Use some of them, yes. I think Kabia can offer us more than what Sterling's been offering us. I don't know if it's going to be better, but it will be different, and at least we'll understand it's an unknown. With Butler, Oyedeji, I know he's quite a small, short striker, but he's a striker nevertheless, and it's better to use him. Mikel has shown that his reluctance to use academy players. Obviously, sometimes he waits for the best quality, but in a scenario where you don't have that much players, you got to sometimes just use what you got to use, because playing players out of position or in foreign areas means they're going to lack the certain level of quality and conviction in those situations, man. He's got to do something, because not that he has a free hit, but everyone understands the context of the situation. I don't think anyone that's logical is looking for Arteta to come out this season based on this season. Maybe if you just hate him, fine. But like, he can show that he can show an ability to still coach and get the best out of something, and allow us, you know, to, even against all odds and with a tired squad, to do stuff. Obviously, I don't criticize him for taking off Nwaneri. Nwaneri came off West Ham with a cramp, and God forbid Nwaneri gets injured, then we have no hope in the attack for any kind of magic. So always remember that. Obviously, Champions League, all our eggs are in that basket for PSV game. We've got to try. They're a good team. Obviously, we faced them and beat them prior in the past before, but we've also lost at their ground, and I think we drew at their ground. I think we beat them in the last couple of years that we faced them, so in both the Champions League and Europa League. So we've got to do our thing, man. We've got to be better. The likes of Odegaard, Trossard and Rice, they got to step up. I think they all had decent games yesterday, but I think they have to have better games. Trossard's got to be a bit more sharp and ruthless. He's not giving me that Trossard that was there last season, that sharp Trossard. And then obviously you have Rice, who obviously is trying a lot. I think Odegaard's got to be a bit more ruthless. You saw those 2 chances that he had, just lacking that ruthlessness that I need. And it's my criticism of him, because I expect so much more of him. A lot of my expectations have changed. I just to move on. Like, obviously, I expected us to win the league. I expected us, Martinelli, for example, to have a great season this year. A lot of other things. I didn't anticipate or consider injuries or season-ending injuries for any of these players, or long-term injuries for any of these players. But this is what's happened, and obviously that's affected my expectations for Arsenal. What I didn't expect and anticipate, or didn't even fathom, was the fact that we could get into the January window with such a lean squad and not sign anyone, and then potentially go into a risk to allow these players that have been playing already heavy minutes to play more without no supporting cast. And this is where we're at. So it's kind of enlightened me. It's just sad that, like, if this is how the next 11 Premier League games are going to go, it's going to be sad, because we look forward to watching Arsenal. Arsenal fans, if there are any other fans watching this content, you look forward to your team, and it's the day of or the night of, you know, you're excited. With me, I'm always going to be excited, but then once I'm watching and I'm seeing there's nothing that's getting me off my feet or really, you know, creating of chances and goals, it's very frustrating. It gets very, very boring, and then you kind of numb yourself, because at the same time you understand this is what's going to happen in each game, but it's like, and yeah, man, at the end of the day, I can get things wrong, and I've got a lot of things wrong in both my expectations, things I've said, players I've rated, players I haven't rated, and that's just part of football, being a fan, being someone that watches the game and loves the game. You can get things wrong. It's just about your ability to learn, see where you got wrong, and when I get things right, I don't need to puff my chest and be, oh, I'm the guy. It's just more time I knew why I thought those things, and that's just what it is. Will Arsenal go again next season for the Premier League title? Yes, but will we do what we need to do to make sure that we're ready on all cases before worst case, best case scenarios? I don't know. The club ain't ever done that, so I can't put my confidence in that. All I can do is support these players. I can't criticize them too much, because these are the only players that are playing every game. Some of them are probably playing on some knocks and niggles that we won't know. And with the manager, he only has so much to do, like in terms of so much options. Like, my criticism of him, use some of the academy players, see what they got. Is it a system change? Is it a personnel change? Is it just a way that we want to play and attack teams change? Do you know what I mean? Until Saka and Martinelli come back, at least, which I do hope, and I was hoping Saka don't come back, but he probably will come back this season. We're in a situation, at least to the quarterfinals, and having an opportunity to, you know, do something in the Champions League. But yeah, man, please subscribe to my channel, please like the video down below, and I will speak to you guys soon.